Well, hello again.
Whoa, TSM, this is the best beat ever!
Corona. Alright. We good? I think we're good. Time to pull out the MIDI keyboard on y'all fools. My desk is a mess, dude. Clean this up. This is unacceptable. Plugging this thing in is a freaking... Ugh. Oh no! Whoops. Unplugged my audio interface while plugging in the MIDI keyboard. That's not good. I think that one of the hardest parts for me in producing, one of the hardest things has been, like, the hardest thing to get a hold of is finding good 808 sounds to match the beat and the kind of vibe you're going for. That's always been something that's difficult for me. Shortcuts that I've learned that have helped me a lot. One of the things I would definitely recommend if you're producing in general, not even just in Studio One, but in FL, Logic, anything, learn your keyboard shortcuts. It will help make your workflow 20 times quicker. Now we're gonna do some sidechain compression. Hey, if you don't know how to do sidechain compression in Studio One, click that video up there. It'll help you. I got some Wendy's. Alright, so today I didn't really know what I wanted to do for a video. So I just dropped this song a little while ago called Lavish. I'll play a little snippet of it right here. I'm sipping on that Martinelli's, feeling lavish. Got my shorty to the right and she the baddest. I remember all the days when we ain't have this. This one for my haters, I'll show you that I ain't average. yeah, if you like this song, go ahead and go check it out. The link will be down in the description. But today I wanted to show you guys how I made the beat for it, and how I mixed the vocals, and how I went about that process, just because I have everything all in one Studio One project, so I can break it all down for you guys. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and hop over to Studio One so we can just get right into it. So the first thing I did was I added this atmospheric contact preset from Hybrid Keys. You can barely hear it in the beat. It's really just for the background. But yeah, this is what that sounds like. Barely hear it. It's just sort of a sound to layer it. I didn't, when I started, it was less filtered. It was just the original atmospheric sound, so it just sounded like a piano. But I ended up filtering it out a little bit to just sort of leave it as a background sound, because I didn't want it as the primary sound. But I did find a primary sound, which was this Tyrell N6 preset called Wavering Lotus. I added that in and layered it with the piano melody, the exact same melody, and that came out like this. So yeah, once I had that, I layered another instrument on top, which was this free alpha preset, the glass pad key preset, and I took the same melody and I layered it without the chords in the bottom. I just left the top melody and also one like bass note to lay out a lower frequency foundation. So yeah, that sounds like this. So yeah, and then the final thing I did was I added one more Tyrell N6, but I did a few things to it. So if I remember correctly, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I believe it was this Vibra World preset. I took that, and I took the same MIDI from this free alpha track here without the chords in the bottom, and I layered that onto the Tyrell N6 channel with that same melody, and then I bounced it out and reversed it, and this is what came out. So yeah, that was just a little bit of ear candy in the background. That's kind of hard to hear, but it's there. So yeah, this is what all four of the melodies sound like together. So yeah, that was all I did for the melodies. So then I just decided to go to drums. I added a basic clap. I added this open hi-hat from Cymatics, which is literally the only open hi-hat that I ever use. I use it in so many of my beats. It's just the open hi-hat 3 from the Uzi pack. With the clap, that sounds like this. And then what I did was something that I do in a lot of beats. Basically, all I did was I got my perks folder here. I just started looking for percussion sounds. I looked through the entire folder, and anything that I thought that added bounce or value to the beat, I just added it. So I think there's a total of 5 perks in this. I'll play all of them with that open hi-hat and clap just to give some context of where they hit. But yeah, here's what all those sound like together. Next, I added a snare. And I added 2 hi-hats. One of them was just a basic 2-step hi-hat. I'll play it with the rest of the sounds so you can get a feel for what it sounds like. And I wanted to keep that simplicity of a two-step, but I also liked the idea of having the hi-hats be a little different during the hook. So I added a second hi-hat on top of it just to add a little bit more depth to the drums and a little bit more bounce to it. Here's what those sound like together. Once I had all those drums, I moved on to the 808, which is one of the main parts of the beat. I'll play that. So yeah, all I did was add that in. There's no distortion on it. There's a limiter, and I did some sidechain compression when the kick comes in. But other than that, there wasn't really anything else on there. But I did add a kick, like I said, in the second hook and the third hook for the second half of it, just to add a little bit more punch to the beat. So yeah, I did that, and I added some sidechain compression. If you don't know how to do sidechain compression, click that video up there. It teaches you how to do it. But yeah, I added those together, and this is what it sounds like. So yeah, there was all those. The final thing I added was just a riser and a crash. So yeah, once I had all that, I felt like I was done with the beat. So here's what all of it sounds like together. So yeah, with that, I felt like the beat was done, so I moved on to the vocals.
I'm sipping on that Martinelli's, feeling lavish. Got my shawty to the